Hey guys, well, I just got my 20-ton press from Harbor Freight. I went and picked it up yesterday. Got it for $200 and got it all together last night. There's a good look at it. All together, they had a 12-ton one. It was kind of yellow looking and it looked a little flimsy, and I thought I'd just buy something a little heavier duty because when you do hub axles and hub bearings and stuff like that, you really got to have something strong. But there's a good look at it. Nice press here. I got it all hooked up. And they give you these two big heavy metal plates. They're probably 25 pounds each. And actually I have a couple pieces of wood here that I've stuck under there just to kind of help me out. And basically all you got to do is put the jack in it and put the screws on the bottom like that. And actually I'm going to put some more washers and make this spring just a little tighter, because when you release this, the jack will go up. But it doesn't go all the way up in the retract position, so if you can kind of push up on this, put a little more pressure on it, it would go up all the way. So I'm going to do that by putting some more washers on the bottom of this here. Kind of do my own adjustments, but there's the jack handle, and it works really slow when you're jacking this thing. The reason it goes really slow is because if you're pushing on something really heavy like a bearing, it takes a lot of pressure. You want it to go slow. You don't want it to go fast, and you can see going there, it's slowly going. That's what you want. You don't want something that goes really fast, because you can end up busting something, breaking your hubs or whatever you're pressing out. So got it all together and I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to try maybe press something out. I've already got my wheel bearings in my Explorer. They were the press-in type, but I actually had them do it over at the shop, and after I paid them $50, I thought, well, you know what? I did some research and I found out that I could actually own one of these. So there it is. Maybe I'll try to press something out today and see how it works. But I just wanted to kind of give you an overview. Good heavy bolts in the top here. You really got to use either a torque wrench or a 3/4 inch ratchet with a pipe in. I mean, these have got to be really tight. And it's pretty sturdy. I don't know if I can shake it or not. It's really sturdy. And you got the nice brackets on the feet down here. And you got the holes. I might actually put some wheels on these, I'm not sure, but for now it's nice and stable on the floor. And it's got the pins here. You just slide these out, and you got positions all the way down to the lower level here. And I'm 6'1", and so I'm just a little bit taller, so you don't really have to bend over too much to do anything. So I may actually one of these days modify it a little bit differently and bring it up maybe a few inches, but for now it looks like it'll be okay. But here's a good look at it, and you can see there's pins. You got let's see, you got one. Actually, you got a position up here behind here. You can't see where you can stick the pin in, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 7 positions for this pin where you can slide this bar here up and down when you want to work on something. So if you want to get a press and do your own stuff and get tired of paying shops of money and taking your stuff off and they can't do it for 3 or 4 days, well, this is the way to go. Just get your own press and go to town. And I've seen some really nice ones. I've seen them presses online that go up to 50 ton, but I don't think I need anything that big. But I wanted to just give you a nice look at it. And like I said, we'll do some modifications. I'm going to put me a little bracket up here to keep my handle here so I know where it's at all the time and all that. But alright, there's a nice look at it. And hopefully maybe you'll end up with one of these days. But like I said, I'm going to try to maybe press something out later and see how that goes and give you an idea how it works. Yeah, I finally broke down and brought my own press. This is a 20-ton. It's from Harbor Freight, and you get a nice manual with it and tells you gives you lots of instructions how to put it together and all that. And there's my receipt. Got for $200, $212 plus taxes. And if you ever been to Harbor Freight, man, they got some cool tools. It's a man's store, that's for sure. But there's the instructions with it and everything. I don't know if you can see that. It's light, but pretty in-depth. You can't really screw it up. If you can't put one of these together, then you don't need to be doing any kind of work on anything. But you can see it's pretty involved. It's kind of involved to put together, but not really too bad. I mean, it's got the bolts are all the same size, which is good, except for 4 of them, the top bolts. But as you can see, there's a nice detail of it, how it kind of goes together. But we'll put this back in the thing, in the little plastic bag, and kind of stick it right there between the bolts. But there it is, and pretty cool to have. So I'm gonna start using it here real soon because I've been spending too much money at the machine shops dropping stuff off, and this will pay for itself probably the first 2 or 3 uses I do use it. Of course, it comes in a pretty big box. There's the box it was in. I'll tell you what, this box weighs over 100 some pounds. You will not be able to carry it by yourself, so you may have to have somebody help you to drag it along or slide it out of your car or truck into the garage. And there's the box the jack came in, so you get actually 2 boxes when this whole thing, when you pick up this whole item. So yeah, just so you know, it's pretty heavy, but it's a pretty nice press, as I'll show you here in a second. Alright guys, well, fair, go ahead and press out this bearing I got on here. We'll check this out and see how it works. Go ahead and start. If I can get this out of here, I'm going to have to actually put something below here, because when this bearing falls out, it's going to make a little bit of noise. So let me grab a old cloth here. I'm actually going to put a basket down here so it'll actually catch things. So we're going to start cranking this some more if I can get this out of here. There it goes, it's going. If you can see that. It's working just like it should. A little slow, but it goes. There we go. Kind of scared me there, but it's out. There's the bearing. Yeah, there it is. Pulled the bearing right out. That's what I wanted. The reason I'm doing this is because I got to replace this shim. I got to put a thicker shim on the rear end, on that there, this thing here, whatever you call it. But there's the bearing. I wanted to save the bearing. The bearing's in good shape. It's a brand new bearing, but when I went and did my pattern and everything on my rear end, the pattern was also says I need a thicker shim, so I'm going to have to replace this. That's why I actually did this. So actually it works pretty good. So if you get one of these presses, I think you'll be impressed. Get it? But yeah, it looks like I'll get a lot of use out of this thing. It'll be nice to have it in my little garage here instead of going to the shop and paying them money every time I need to have something to do. And it's always good to have a bearing buster, something like this. So I'm getting used to working with these things, although this is kind of weird. When you want to take off a bearing, it's really hard to save them sometimes, but you have to do what works for you. But there you go. Alright, get one of these. I think you'll enjoy it. Probably better, and probably treat you better than your last girlfriend, or maybe your current one, or wife.